It sounds like science fiction, a car that doesn't just drive you places, but powers the place you live. Tech expert Jennifer Jolly shows us how your car might just help save you and the grid sooner than you think. This sounds really cool. Thank you so much for joining us, Jennifer.
Thank you so much for having me. It is really cool, and it really does sound like science fiction. But when the power went out during our first big windstorm of the year just last week, this GMC Sierra EV AT4 kept everything running. The lights, the Wi-Fi, the fridge, even medical devices. Ta-da! It was just that simple, all running from the battery inside this vehicle. And since 1 in every 4 houses now loses power every single year, and outages are expected to be some 3 times worse by 2030, GM and several other automakers are now doubling down on this massive shift toward this kind of vehicle to electricity grid push.
I mean, what will they think of next? I would never even have thought to do something like this, but that is not, that is not my job at all. So tell us, Jennifer, how does it all work?
Well, the key is right over here with the GM Energy Home System. It kind of looks like a sleek series of cool cabinets, but I like to think of it as like a personal ATM for power. You can deposit energy from the grid whenever it's inexpensive, or maybe from your solar panels during the day, and then you can withdraw that power at night. Or during peak prices, or when the grid goes down. And when your EV plugs into your home with that vehicle-to-home bidirectional capability, you've basically got a second super-sized ATM account of sorts that can keep the essentials running for hours, days, and not just a couple of days, but several. I mean, we used it for basically 5+ days, and we weren't out of battery juice by then. So it all just depends on how you use it, how much energy you're using, but you'll be shocked at how much this can power on your home, especially in an emergency.
Yeah, that sounds so cool. So how many people actually need this or will use it?
More than you might think, because it has a massive ripple effect for a struggling and aging grid as well. So much so that your local utility company might actually pay you to use your EV in smarter ways and give you all kinds of extra perks. You should check in with your power company because they're rolling out a ton of incentives. For example, in Connecticut, you get this upfront rebate of up to $16,000 plus up to more than $2,000 a year. I mean, that pays for the whole energy system and pays you back over time. In California, you get an upfront rebate of $4,500. Not sure about what's going on in Florida quite yet, but I know there are programs like this popping up all over the place. And I know that GM Energy is teaming up with utilities all across the country to make sure that you, homeowners and drivers, get all of those added savings and benefits.
Okay, but let me ask you this. Do we need that exact truck, or will any EV work?
That's one of the first questions I asked too. Most GM EVs already have bidirectional capabilities today, and by this time next year, virtually all of them will have it. So we're also seeing a lot of people investing in these kinds of home energy systems too, because it's kind of like future-proofing the biggest personal gadgets in your world, your car and your home, and it gives you security, control, and peace of mind, especially during a natural disaster or all these frequent rolling blackouts and utility outages. So why does all of this matter? I mean, hello, it's just super cool. But also, instead of depending on that aging grid, you've now got control. Instead of wasting energy, you're using it smarter. And instead of waiting for the future, you are living in it right now.
Yes. All right. Well, where can we go for more information on everything?
You can read my full story and experience with all of this at my website, which is Techish, Techish, techish.com, or go to gmenergy.gm.com for more information on this whole system.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. That sounds so cool, and yes, very futuristic. And everyone at home, if you would like to see this interview again, just head to First Coast News Plus.